So as you know, Samsung has always been the top smartphone brand in the Android market. And I feel it's a shame to other companies trying out there, because Samsung isn't only holding command of the flagships, it has also come down to the budget phones which just sell for about $100. For years, budget smartphone companies like Tecno and Infinix always had to sit in the sidelines while Samsung phones sold like hotcake. But with the Tecno Pop 9, they're finally saying to Samsung, no, not this time. So in this video, I'm going to be comparing the Pop 9 with the most impressive Samsung phone you can get at a similar price, the A05. There are 8 categories we are going to compare. Which smartphone will come out on top? Let's find out. It seems like Samsung carried on their bad habit of insufficient packaging down to their budget phones. The retail box is tiny, and that's because it contains only the phone, a couple of startup manuals, a SIM ejector tool and a USB-C cable. I could have forgiven the Samsung packaging if there were at least a charging brick included, because considering that this costs at least 115,000 naira, I don't think it makes any sense to purchase an additional charging brick for 4,000 naira. On the other hand, the Pop 9 brings the smartphone itself, a SIM ejector tool, an MTN gift card, a TPU case, a USB-C cable, and finally a charging brick. So I don't think this is an area worth arguing. When we unbox the phones, I don't think the accessories really matter as much as the design and build quality. Right off the bat, these are well designed smartphones for what they are. They are both glossy plastic finishes, but I like the simpleness of the A05's rear. It has a unique pattern to it which reduces the chance of accidental drops and slip, which I think is very good. The Pop 9's rear is an absolute fingerprint magnet and can be slippery at times, but Tecno are probably aware of that, which is why they included a transparent silicone case to prevent any potential damages. So I can say the design and build quality is a draw. But how comparable can the displays get? Because for years Samsung screens have been top notch even for budget phones, and that's because they swapped out IPS LCD technology for their very own peerless LCD screens, which has this sort of AMOLED-ish vibes to it. But I can see that with the Pop 9 there's a silver lining. It's made of IPS, yes, but the refresh rate has been dramatically bumped up from 60Hz on the Samsung to 120Hz. That's a very big jump, which kind of balances the equation. So at the end of the day, it's up to you. You prefer a normal punchy display or a smoother, less punchy display. And if you are enjoying this video, then sub to the channel will be incredible. So let's talk about performance, guys.
Okay.
Is the Samsung better? Samsung Galaxy A05 is powered by the MediaTek Helio G85, whilst the Pop 9 is powered by the new generation MediaTek Helio G81 Ultra. And I can say both chipsets are balanced. As you can see, when it comes to gaming prowess and battery efficiency, G81 Ultra slightly edges out the G85, whilst the G85 leads in other aspects of performance. What I'm trying to say is that both phones are pretty comparable in terms of how well they handle your daily tasks and other stuff that you might do. So in this area, I can call it a draw as well. But when it comes to the software, things get even more interesting. The Pop 9 comes to higher slapped on Android 14, whilst the A05 comes with one UI core based on Android 13. So does the Tecno win? I think it does. Oh wait, no. The Samsung can apparently support 4 full years of Android updates, which surpasses the Android 14 limit of the Tecno, as there is no official words regarding software support on that phone. So even if you get the A05 on the dated Android 13 software, you can get to Android 17, which is amazing. That's a point for the Samsung. How good is the feature set on either phone? For one, I can see that I'm not happy with how Samsung handles things here. I guess another scenario that explains you have to spend much more if you want something good from Samsung. And there is no fingerprint scanner, no IP rating, and a very underwhelming mono speaker system. Whilst on the Pop 9 you lack only IP rating because there's a louder dual speaker system as well as a side mounted fingerprint scanner. So I think the Tecno wins in this category. When it comes to battery, I can see that both phones have a pretty good 5000 mAh cell, which can last throughout the day on a single charge, even for the most demanding users. Speaking of charging, the Pop 9 supports 15W fast charging, which isn't as fast as the 25W on the Samsung, though you do have to buy the specified Samsung charger to achieve those speeds. So the Samsung gets away with this one. Before I talk about the camera, I can see that the Tecno Pop 9 has really surprised me. I expected the only area it would actually win would be on the unboxing aspect. However, it's a lot more than that. Good job, Tecno. So let's check out the better cameras. Both phones come with a 50MP main camera which shoots in 1080p, but I can say the A05's camera system has the better output, and the video is even a lot better because it has a little bit of stabilization. So I guess the A05 snatches the final point. As you can see, the Tecno Pop 9 put up a pretty good fight. However, the Samsung Galaxy A05 slightly edges it out and is the overall better smartphone. That doesn't mean the Pop 9 is very far behind. You can even get more modernized features and a fingerprint scanner, because I really get upset when smartphones don't come with this. So I have a review which goes all in depth on the Tecno Pop 9, and I think you should check it out. Click the card on the screen right now and I'll see you over there.